If you are a developer and want to improve your development skills and want to get better, there are a few books that I recommend. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first book that comes to mind if you are starting out as a developer is Clean Code by Uncle Bob. So this book is essential. This is like, if you're starting out, it is a must read at least once. You should read it at least once. So this book talks about writing a code that is clean enough, that is expressive enough. That way you don't have to write some comments all over the code, litter your code with the comments. So it's all about making sure that your code is written like, essentially your code should be written like a poem. I mean, it's talking to the author. So I mean, you may write your code once, but other developer may take over and may go through your code. So if it is written in such a way that it is meaningful, for example, when naming a variable, it is meaningful enough that you understand what the context is and what this piece of code or block of code is supposed to do. So it talks about naming a variable, naming the methods properly when you're doing the coding, and how to structure your code, what is design smell, and why another approach is better than this approach. So make sure to go through this, and there's also a link to this book in the description, so do check it out. Another book is called Mythical Man Month. It's a must-read book if you want to learn about software development, estimates, project management, and the proper software development, and the things that can go wrong in software development. Essentially, if you aspire to become a project manager, this is a must read. I know you are, let's say, working as a dev or a programmer, but if you read this book, you will have a good understanding of what project management is all about and the workings of the software, from project management to estimates and software development. So do check this one out. There's also a link in the description below. So make sure you read this book at least once. If you have gone through the books that I've outlined before, the next book in line is called Refactoring by Martin Fowler. So this book is all about making your code better, improving the code. So if you have written the code, constantly improving the code so that it is easy to maintain and debug in the long run. This book also talks about test-driven development. Test-driven development requires a video of its own. I'll do another video of test-driven development, which makes sure that you write the test first, that is the failing test, because there is no code written for it just yet. So you write the failing test. This is just in a nutshell. So you write the failing test first, and then you write the code, you pass the test, and then you refactor the code. So until the test is all passed. So this is a very high level overview of test-driven development, where you write the test first and then you write the code along the way. This ensures that every line of your code is testable. The other book is called Clean Coder, not Clean Code. This book is written by the same author, Uncle Bob, who wrote Clean Code, but this book is called Clean Coder. And this book is all about how you can become better as a developer, when to say yes, when to say no, for example, how to become better as a developer. I mean, not just, so Clean Code talks about how you can write clean code, better code, and Clean Coder talks about how you can become better as a developer yourself. So do check it out. This is also a good read. The other book that you must check out is called Design Patterns, also known as Gang of Four. Design patterns enable code reusability and allow developers to maintain and reuse complex components, hence reducing code size and space. And what Wikipedia says about design patterns is, a software design pattern is a general reusable solution to a commonly occurring problem within a given context in software design. So what that means is, if you're stuck solving a problem, there is already a solution to that problem, so you can grab that. So design patterns do not go into the code first, they go into your brain, because you need to know where to plug a particular pattern in your code. So there are structural, behavioral, and creational design patterns. So when you go through this book, this book can be, some say this book can be a bit dry. So if you want to read a book that's quite brain stimulating, if that's what this book says, if you want to read a book that is quite engaging, then I would say check this out. It's called Head First Design Patterns. You might have seen it. It's quite a popular book. It's about 600 pages or so, but it's quite good with all the nice diagrams. And so it's written in a way that your brain would be able to understand and pick and grasp the concepts outlined in this book. So you'll be able to understand the concepts, and once you know it, you know it. So do check it out. I'll also put a link of this book in the description. So do check it out, and I'm sure that you'll definitely benefit from these books that I've outlined. So as I mentioned, some of the books I have read, some of the books are in my to be read shelf, and some of the books that I'm reading right now. So if you think this video was helpful, hit that like button, and if you're not already subscribed, to subscribe to this channel to become part of the family. So I thank you once again for your time, and I'll see you next time. And just before you go, if this video has helped you in any way, shape or form, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button.